Hello, this is quick demonstration of drafting problem 3. So this is the layout I'm expecting. Obviously, there's some more information you need to put in the drawing, such as the default note. If you look at the first page of a drafting problem, it shows there's some of a note we like to keep it in the drawing. As I provided a template, make sure you keep all the information is put it into some of material, finish, drawing title need to be updated as well too. So here's some of new things. Especially I like to have the front view and have a projection, just like I demonstrated in the class. And also I like to have an isometric view, which is shaded. So I'm gonna show some of some special, some unique features when you work on the drafting problem 3. Drafting problem video for the drafting problem 4 is also in the blackboard as well too. So please check before you turn it in as well. All right, so let's start. So I have a part and I have a template I already provided. As you can see, the size of a part is not that big. It's about the size of 4 inches. So I think if we're using the B template, that will be fine. So I don't need a C template. I am going to delete it. There we go. So this helps if you have a multiple template later when you make it as a PDF file, it will make it all separate the PDF file one by one, which you may end up having extra numbers of PDF file or drawing. So I kept only one size I wanted. Then I can start actually put into the drawing. So first I can just insert from view, point it out where we want to have, click. Then I don't need to access the model anymore, so I can make it full. So I'm going to have a right side of view right here from view. Then I can have projections. That way, right away, you can have access to the right side of the view. As you can see, because it's a projection of an existing one, they will be always lined it up. Another thing you notice there is some of a frame is shown as a red color, some of it is blue. So if you double click the blue down, it's becoming the red. So it's activating each frame and you know which one is it belong to. So if you have a dimension for the front view, then make sure you activate the frame so that all those additional features you attach it is within the frame. And also you can see the origin of the part is showing with this blue arrow buttons. So if I activate this frame, it shows that this is our origin. So everything once it is done, then you can double click the template itself, the origin of a template, which is at the corner, that will be highlighted, the rest of them not highlighted. That's the good chance that you can actually have a clean the final drawing as well too. As we mentioned it in the background mode, make sure you add the material by saying that I'm going to add the text, click, and you can start the material. So as example, if I say bronze, something like that, once you have it, okay, then you can see you can relocate it. But as we saw in the class, the CATIA will try to line it up wherever is whatever the object you put it into. So you may have having a hard time to put the in right location you want it. So if we combine with the shift key in the keyboard, then it's much easier to put it wherever you wanted it. Another thing you're gonna have is here, you're gonna have a note, text, this corner. You can start writing it. As I mentioned in the class, everything should be capital. There's no lowercase. Everything being capital letters. So you can start saying for and so on and so on. You can write in. Then if you need to change a line, do not enter. Make sure you do shift enter so that you can have a next line you can edit it into. Okay, if you just enter it, it will just finish it, which is what we don't want. So if you go back, and if you need to change the line, shift, enter, then you can have a more line as a note as well too. So once you all have information is done in the background mode, changing the drawing titles and so on and so on, then going back to your working view, you can start adding necessary symbols and informations. So we like to have obviously the axis line, center lines, and isometric views, and so on and so on. So let me continue edit. So first I'm going to activate this view so that I can have center line. There we go. And click. There we go. Then right away you can see it. And if I double click, then you can see center line has been edited. Same way, if you expand it, double click, activate this one, I'll be able to also add the axis expansion of a center line. Sorry, expansion of center line. There is an axis. You can add it as well too. So actually, I can say from there to there. One more. There we go. You can add again, expanded it as you needed it. Just a little bigger. There we go. All right, looking good. Then actually I can start adding some dimensions now. So I'm gonna add the dimension onto here. Some of the obvious dimension like a diameter here and there can be easily added in. Here we go. So I can say diameter from there to there, something like that. But again, this is just a linear dimensions, so that's not right. So I have to switch to actual diameter for this. Then right away recognize it and put it in. Then because I have to add a feature control frame, I can put this down, I would say, change it into 2 parts. There we go. Then I can add the dimensions style. Click. I'm going to have numerical numbers in millimeter. Then you can also activate the tolerance. You can see I want to have tolerance and see tolerance. Sorry. And see tolerance. There we go. Then I want to have this one. If you have a different amount of tolerance, you can just simply go to property of the dimension you had it, go to tolerance. You can actually type it exact amount you wanted to have it. So you can have a different amount or same amount. Okay, then you got the tolerance. Then later you can attach the feature control frame to that dimensions there. So in this case, we are looking for positional tolerance. So you can switch to positions and give the diameter symbol. We'll talk about it later. 0.15 geometry positional tolerance zone size under the maximum material conditions. You can say maximum material condition, and it will be based on the datum A and additional one also. You can add say datum B under the maximum material conditions, something like that. It's fairly easy. You can just simply figure it out. Then okay. You can see because I attached the feature controller from the domain, as the dimension is relocated, this feature controller should follow. The same way you can have another one, diameter for this one, right? Then I can have right here. Maybe pull down right here. Numerical in millimeters, turn on the tolerance. I think we have, again, plus minus 0.2. Do I have it? Yeah, there you go. Then again, I can attach the feature control frame. So it's not bad. It's fairly easy to work with it. Alright, so again, if it is moving, that means it's ready. Another thing I'd like to show you today is, as you can see it, dimension extension line and dimension line is crossing. So to avoid any confusion, you can actually add the break. So I can click the dimension extension line I want to break, then add the breaking is right here. You can see there. Create interruptions, click, and starting point. There you can have it. Okay, let me try again. So interruption on this extension line. This is starting point. This is end point. There we go. So you can have the break point so that it doesn't get confused between the dimension extension line and dimension line stuff. Then another thing is you can start having the different additional feature control frame. In this case, we don't have the proper indicators there, so you can actually right away indicating that using the feature control frame with any features. So click, then right away the arrow will follow. Then in this case, we are looking for cylindrical, and then we can have 0.3. Then cylindrical doesn't need any tolerance. And say OK. Then before you click somewhere else, you can see the additional shoulder line. You can edit it by dragging the arrow up here. Click, drag it. Again, you can combine with the shift key so that you can have more freedom of the location and size as well too. Same thing is happening here. You can see dimension line and dimension extension line have crossing each other. So obviously in this case, you can add the break in this dimension extension line from there to there, something like that. So you can see a very clean drawing can be edited into. Most of them are so pretty much repeat of what I just demonstrated. Besides some dimensions we haven't edited yet, so like 125 you can edit it. So your hard part, I shouldn't say even hard part, the things that you have to be careful is as you adding the dimensions, as you adding the feature control frame, as you adding the datum and so on, you have to make your drawing clean, no crossing each other. There's a clean line should be always all over the drawing, so that when someone reads your drawing, they don't have to be bothered by those additional line or confusions between line and so on and so on. As you adding the, as example, another one, let me just do quick. Dimensions right here, from there to there. Okay, again, it's crossing where it happened, so you have to take care of this. Switching to millimeters. So if you do so, you can see that this plane, the bottom simple side, we try to make it as a datum. In the case, you can adding the geometry control frame first. There you go. I'm not extending it, dragging down. There we go. You can see the clean line coming out. Let me pull up a little bit. Then obviously this one is the flatness first within the range of 0.25. Then once it is satisfied, we should be able to make that as a datum A. So I can attach the datum to that feature control frame I just edited, pulled out. But again, the length is tried to be snapped into something. Make sure combine with your shift key to get the desired length you want it. Click and OK. There we go. So you can get the dimensions and feature control frame, and you could also add the datum onto it. So it's not bad, right? It's not bad. One thing, when you have a 10 degree with a reference, you cannot do with this dimensioning as a default. So the best way I found it works out is a text with a leader line. So you can have a click. Once you get the text, you can write it down. It will be the reference 10. Then you can see the old symbol you needed right here with a degree, and close. Okay. Then again, you can play with the show the line or relocation with the combination of a shift key. There you go. So that way you'll be able to get some special dimensions cannot be done by the dimensional symbols there with the text and leader line. Alright, hopefully it helps you to get the idea. Have all the dimensions and the feature control frame, datums, and so on and so on. The last thing, oh, I forgot to show you here, we want to have additional the angle here, which is isometric view. So I'm going to have insert, view, projection, isometric. Then you have to switch back to the drawing. Then make sure the angle you want is there. Then click, then it will bring it back. You can put it somewhere first. I like to have the half scale, so right click, properties, I can change the scale into the half. Then also, if you go back to the properties of that frames you just had, if you scroll down, you can see right now it is a line drawing. Change it to the raster. Under the option, you can change it to shading with the edge. And you can even increase the quality of that shading you put it into. There we go. Then you can have at the corner. So when you fit, everything will be there. It's not bad, right? So once you have all information is updated, everything is located, make sure they are clean, they are not overlapping. Then, like I said, double click the template itself, so that the right here, then the corner of a template is going to, origin will be marked there. And also, I don't like to see this frame goes everywhere. You are going to turn off. Display the view will be turned up, so that if you close the drawing, you're gonna see it. Then finally, you can file and save it. Then you will have a CATIA drawing file. Same way, also you can go to File, Save As. Then you can switch to PDF file. Then you will have a single PDF file based on the drawing you had it. And you, of course, you will have a chance to modify it as a different file name as well. So make sure whenever you turn in your drawing assignment, you have a part you use, the CATIA part, and drawing file you just finished, and same name of a PDF file is turned it in as a form of a folder, so that TA and I can access and add the comment if there's some room for improvement as well. All right, hopefully it helps, and we'll see you in the class.